What a season by the Montreal Canadiens. Every season, this is what Steve Dangle gets to look forward to. And it's been a pleasure getting to know him a little bit the last year and a half. I just want to say that because every year, fans look forward to his final video of the season, usually lamenting about a disappointing loss, and I hope that changes. But this is about the Montreal Canadiens on this channel for the most part. And I just want to say, first of all, thank you to each and every one of you, whether you tune in once or 100 times or more, whatever the case is. I'm just going right off the top tonight to put something out here for you guys because while it's fresh and on our minds, this Montreal Canadiens season has officially come to an end. And what a successful, exciting, up and down roller coaster ride of a season it was, right? You guys saw right in the thumbnail right there and the title, Demidov, this new 93 jersey. I know he might change the number. It's a very high chance that he's going to change his number, but that's fine. We all bought into the hype, and he wore 93 as a member of the Montreal Canadiens. So that much I can say. But I'm not going to say a ton tonight. I'm going to save a full season breakdown show for Shane Gaumont and myself. So Shane, if you didn't know already, we've been trying to do an episode for a while here in these playoffs, and we just couldn't make it happen. But we're going to do a full breakdown of this season, Shane Gaumont and myself, very, very soon. Going to be talking about a lot of the positives from this season and what to look forward to next year. So I just want to mention about this season and right now specifically in this playoff run against the Washington Capitals. First of all, congratulations to the Washington Capitals and their fans. A lot of you guys showed up the last few games as I was chirping along. Game 3 was a huge win for these Canadiens. It was their only win in this series. It was huge because we got to, as fans, experience playoff hockey again in Montreal for the first time in 8 years with a full building at the Bell Center. So that's what I mean by that. So for all the chirping, all the things that were said by myself and others, congratulations, Caps fans, if you're watching. I have to say that to you guys. And it was cool to see Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson actually having a laugh after the game, shaking hands. And Nick Suzuki, too, everyone just kind of becomes human again, right? Just becomes themselves after a series win. For the most part, right? Over the years, we've seen some interesting stuff. But I digress. Spencer Carbury, head coach of the Washington Capitals, just spent over 3 minutes complimenting how good the Canadiens were against the Capitals, and it didn't feel like 4-1 in the series because the Canadiens pushed the Capitals every single game of this series, even in the games that they lost, even in the games the Canadiens lost. So that's a big compliment. And also it was really cool to hear an insight into coaching I've never heard before from Spencer Carbury, who was the former assistant coach with the Leafs before taking on the head coaching job in 2023 with the Washington Capitals. And he said how they did this with Toronto and Tampa in the Tampa series a few years ago, that each time certain players would hop over the boards, they had to strategize a whole game plan around how to defend them. And he had to do that with the Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and Juraj Slafkovsky line. A huge compliment to Suzuki and the top line of the Canadiens is what Carbury was saying in this 3 minutes. And Lane Hudson and Demidov and even some of the veteran players that are still with the Canadiens and some that might not be. But anyway, the point being is that even from the panels on Hockey Night in Canada, on Sportsnet, there was a lot of compliments about Montreal's play, despite the loss in this series being 4-1. The Canadiens really did everything they could as the youngest team in NHL history or the youngest Canadiens team, one of the two, to make the playoffs. So it's either the youngest team in NHL history or the youngest Canadiens team in their history that made the playoffs. I'm pretty sure it's NHL. I could be wrong. So the experience these guys just gained in these bonus 5 games of the playoffs is invaluable. And this season was about progress and being in the mix. We heard that all season long, being in the mix, and that quickly changed. Well, quickly. It took a long time for it to change to in the playoffs, in the mix to in the playoffs. At the very last game of the season, the Canadiens' 91st point got them into the playoffs. And forgive me, I'm choking on my shreddies that I just ate as a late night snack. But this team really surprised a lot of us by getting here in the first place and seeing what they were able to accomplish as a young group, the youngest group, like I mentioned, is pretty impressive. And just to think that this is what we have to look forward to for the next several years, pretty cool. We still got a lot of players coming. We still got players to draft. We got 2 first-round picks this year. But this season, what Lane Hudson did, what Patrick Laine was able to do to help contribute to this season, and we'll talk more about him and his future at some point, probably with Shane Gaumont, but I'm going to save that for. But the storylines that came out of this season, Lane Hudson being probably the biggest one, definitely the biggest one. He's a Calder candidate, a Rookie of the Year candidate, and finishing the season with 66 points, contributing in these playoffs. He contributed in a way that went noticed by head coach Spencer Carbury in a big way. And a lot of folks have said, I'm talking about like Canadiens, staff members and beyond, how Lane Hudson, a player like him, every Stanley Cup winning team has a player like him. And frankly, I think there's only one Lane Hudson. There's only one of him, and he plays hockey in a way that some of us have never really seen in a way this year, which sounds crazy maybe. But in the playoffs, in 5 games played, Lane Hudson had 5 assists. He was a point-per-game player in these playoffs. So I'm glad I looked that stat up, actually. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I know I said in my last video that this is going to be a long series, and clearly it was not. But I just didn't want to count this team out again. I didn't want to bet against them again. In 2021, when they made their improbable Stanley Cup run, I bet against them. And I don't mean literally. I'm not a betting person. But I said that they would lose to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games, and they won in 7 games. Now, these were 2 very different teams. The Montreal Canadiens of 2021 was a very veteran-filled team with a few young kids, and this time it was mostly young kids with a few veteran players. So the fact that this team this year in 2025 got to lead the way is encouraging. And that's, again, another reason why the future is so, so bright in Montreal. This was a season of discoveries, and we discovered that Samuel Montembeault is a starting goaltender in the NHL. We discovered even more so that Nick Suzuki is a number 1 center in the NHL. And we discovered that Alex Carrier was probably one of the most underrated trades in the entire NHL this season. I also want to give a big shout out to Jakub Dobeš, who came in from the Laval Rocket when things weren't working out early on in this season with Caden Primo. And that situation worked out really well for Primo because he went to Laval and just went on a tear with them. But for Jakub Dobeš to start his career with his first 5 games in the NHL as wins, I think it was, he came in and helped that December run with the Canadiens and really turned this season around. And for Jakub Dobeš to do that again as a young goaltender was extremely impressive. And still, even in this short little playoff series with the Washington Capitals, still made some great saves and played some good hockey. Yeah, a couple little mistakes, but as a goaltender, again, the future is bright at that position too. So absolutely no complaints, and caps off to Jakub Dobeš. David Savard, I got to jump to him because he just played his last game in his NHL career with the Montreal Canadiens. He was bawling at the end of this game, and he was loving on his teammates and just loved being a Montreal Canadien. He's from Quebec. He won a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. A guy that Marty St. Louis, Nick Suzuki just gave huge compliments to in terms of the seeds that he planted in the young defense core of the Canadiens. Lane Hudson, Caden Gooley, Arbor Jacki, Alex Carrier. It just, the impact that he's left behind is going to stick with these guys for a long time. Even Nick Suzuki, even the forward group. So hats off to David Savard. I got to witness probably David Savard's best shift ever as a part of the Montreal Canadiens live in Buffalo, sitting behind the net, watching him block shots while getting injured on the same play, while losing a skate blade on the same play. And the arena in Buffalo, Sabres fans and Canadiens fans were oohing and aahing at how amazing that shift was and the effort level that you got from David Savard on that shift. Go back and watch it on YouTube. Please do it. It was amazing to watch and to be a part of that atmosphere. And that was the most exciting part of the game, if you can believe it. It was crazy a couple seasons ago. So hats off to him. Ivan Demidov arriving very, very late in the season. That was a hype train, let me tell you. Him scoring in his first game, him getting an assist in his first game. I mean, I know the Canadiens lost that game, but the point is the hype that he brought, the excitement he brought, the surprise of him coming early and then getting 5 NHL playoff games instantly, and then 2 regular season games. He's only played 7 games. He's only played 7 games. Ivan Demidov, man. I still can't believe we got Demidov. It's been twice now that I've said, I can't believe we got this player. I said it when we got Patrick Laine because the talent, I mean, this guy was a 40-plus goal scorer. I was excited when we got Patrick Laine. I couldn't believe we got him in a sense because we don't usually get high-skilled, high-talented players of that caliber. And then I said it again when we drafted Ivan Demidov. That's twice I've been able to say it under the Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton regime so far, which I love. Demidov in 5 playoff games got 2 assists. Not too bad. In 2 regular season games, 2 assists. So 7 games. We've only seen 7 games from this player. We have so much to look forward to for the next 10 years. The Canadiens are doing this rebuild right. Jeff Gorton, Kent Hughes, they are doing it the right way, starting from scratch. We had some great pieces already here, like Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield and Caden Gooley. I mean, there's more, but I'm just saying that Hughes and Gorton, to me, have done a really outstanding job. David Reinbacher still coming. Michael Hage still coming. Jacob Fowler still coming. Not sure what's going to become of Logan Mailloux. I hope he does well. I really do. We need him. I think we're going to need a right-hand shot defenseman next season. It might be Reinbacher, but I don't know. I just hope that Mailloux can, first of all, go do well with Laval. Laval, we need to support Laval because they just won their first playoff game tonight, and they have a ton of future potential prospects that are going to be on the Montreal Canadiens very soon, as soon as next season. Hello, Florian Jack guy, right? So, and Jacob Fowler. There's more. There's more. But I just want to say quickly how this season has been a treat. It went by so fast. So much happened. And there's more stuff I'm not even fully mentioning. We need a second line centerman. Kirby Dach gets lost in all this shuffle, and I feel bad for the guy because I really hope next season he just bounces back. I know we don't know the future of Kirby Dach, but I just feel like there's still untapped potential with him. He's been injury riddled since he's been a Montreal Canadien, even still. So for his sake, Lord be with him, give him health, and give him a great season. He's got 1 more year left on his contract. There's so much to break down. There's players that are leaving this team this season. There's players we need to sign in this offseason to really shore things up. And I said in the title of this video that the future is already brighter. It's already getting brighter. And it's about to get more bright. And we don't even know which players we're going to get in the draft. And specifically, to me, free agency, for the first time, I think we're going to go out and get players that we could really, really use. So I want to know what you guys think about this season. What are your thoughts? Put them down below. And I want to hear them all. Because Shane Gaumont and I are going to get way more into detail about this season and the future of the Montreal Canadiens, because, folks, you need sunglasses on to see it, because it is very, very bright. And it's not just the Montreal Canadiens that have said that. It's other teams too. It's other analysts too. So I thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel and helping it grow this season the way it has. And meeting a lot of you, even in person, has been a treat. It's been a blessing. And my prayer for you guys is, you guys know I'm Christian. You guys know my faith and how important it is to me and how much I love to take a small opportunity here to speak blessing over you guys. You've been a blessing to me. And I just want to say thank you. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thank you. You guys are an absolute gift from heaven. And it sounds like a weird thing to say maybe to you, but I mean it. This is something I get to do. I don't have to do it. I get to do it. It's a gift. So I just want to say thanks. I know I'm getting a little choked up there, but I really mean it. It's from a heart level here. I love you guys so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Stay tuned. There's more coming. There's a lot more coming from this team. We're blessed to have the ownership and management that we do to give us a chance for the 25th Cup in our lifetime. I hope in your lifetimes too, all of you. So I bless you. I thank you. Hit like, hit subscribe. You guys are the best. God bless you. And I'll see you soon.